later. But first, we're going to show you how to put in a new patient. So you press here where it says new patient, press there. Then you have this screen come up. And you can choose to put in how much they weigh, or you can use their ideal body weight. So let's go with ideal body weight. So you come down here and you choose the gender. This is male and this is female, so we will choose the male. And we will say that that male, let's say, is 6 foot. So that would be 72 inches. So I'll make sure I push that so it's highlighted. And then use my rotary knob to go all the way up to 72 inches for 6 feet. There we go. So the ideal body weight for a man that's 6 foot tall is 78 kilos. So that would equal to be a tidal volume of 468. So we're going to come over here and we're going to choose VC Plus. We've got a lot of choices up here, but you want to choose the VC Plus. Choose that. Then we go to where it says VT, that stands for tidal volume. And you can use your rotary knob to adjust that up or down, okay? But where ideal body weight is 78 kilos, we try to choose a tidal volume between 5 to 7 mLs per kilo. So we will say 6 mLs per kilo, which would be approximately 468. And our tidal volume, you can adjust it in increments of 10 mLs. So we'll go all the way up to 470. So we'll leave our tidal volume set at 470. Our respiratory rate, you can set that based on the patient's needs, but generally anywhere from 16 to 20 is generally what is set. So we can set that at 16. And again, you set that based on the patient's needs. It could be a little less, it could be a little more. Inspiratory time, TI stands for inspiratory time. We want that to be set at 0.9 for adults. There we go. And inspiratory percent, you can set that anywhere from 60 to 70% is generally where that is set at. So we'll leave it at 70. Okay. This setting right here is sensitivity, which is the trigger. Just leave that at 3. Your FiO2, you can adjust it up or down based on the patient's needs. Again, we want to use the lowest FiO2 possible and maintain the patient's SATs within their SAT goal range. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down to 50. Okay, our peak pressure is set at 40. Our PEEP is set at 5, which 5 generally is a good setting. And then the high range on tidal volume is currently at 1400. So we'll go ahead and we'll just adjust that to 1000. There we go. All right, now we want to adjust our alarms. So when you come over here to the side, you'll see it says, the top thing says setup, vent, apnea, alarms, more settings. So we'll touch alarms. We've got our peak pressure set at 40, a low pressure of 5. Well, the lowest this will go is 8.5, so we'll leave that at 8.5. Respiratory rate, and you can set this based on your patient need, but for an adult, usually it'd be set between 60 and 80. Okay. For minute ventilation, the high is usually set somewhere between 12 and 15. And the low generally set about 2. All right. And for your high tidal volume, we can set that at 1000. And our low, we'll set it at 200. There we go. So now we're ready to start, and we'll press start to start ventilation. And then the next thing it says connect patient to confirm, and I will put our test line on there. go. It's just my test one. And so now, when you have a patient on the vent, this is your screen and what it will look like. The top row of numbers, that is what is measured. This is our peak pressure, our exhale tidal volume, our frequency, our measured PEEP. And there's an arrow here that you can scroll over to get even more numbers that you might want to look at. Okay. This middle, this is your waveform. This is your pressure waveform. This is your volume waveform. And then right here at the bottom, these are your settings. Okay. These are all your settings. If you need to make a change, let's say we want to increase our respiratory rate. Right here says F for frequency. You just touch that. It brings up this. And you see that box is highlighted. Now I can increase the rate or I can decrease the rate. I'll go ahead and decrease it by 2. And then hit accept. And now my rate is now set at 12. If I'm getting ready to suction a patient and I want to give them extra oxygen before I suction them, there's a little button here that says O2. You press it and it will give them 100% oxygen for 2 minutes. Of course, you can stop at any time by pressing stop. Or else when the 2 minutes has expired, it will go back to the previous set FiO2. All right. This button down here, that's your alarm silence. This is your alarm reset. If I wanted to go back on here and adjust some of my alarms, there's an alarm sign right here. Press that. Brings up all your alarms. Let's say I want to increase my high rate alarm up to 80. Highlight it, use your rotary knob, go up to 80, and then hit accept. And the high rate is now 80. Okay? And that is all.